Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez, and this is Newsfeed. Government officials face senators to firmly defend the arrest and turnover of former President Rodrigo Duterte to the International Criminal Court. As Hannity tells us, even Vice President Sara admits her father might no longer return to the Philippines.
Senator Amy Marcos is unsure whether the Senate probe on former President Rodrigo Duterte's arrest will continue, as some individuals suddenly intend to testify. She says she still has to check if there's enough time to accommodate another round of inquiry. Tensions ran high in Thursday's hearing, with Senator Marcos immediately demanding answers as to why Duterte was turned over to the ICC. The Justice Department defended its actions, saying it has never lifted a finger to cooperate with the Hague-based court. The DOJ adds, while the country has withdrawn from the ICC, it can arrest individuals who violated the international humanitarian law. The country also has obligations to the Interpol.
Jurisdiction of the ICC is throughout the world. We belong to a community of nations that is tied together by a legal system called international humanitarian law. It is something adopted by more than 150 countries in the world. International humanitarian law, which became a law in 2009 or 2010. And that law, that domestic law, is what we adhere to in this case.
Marcos then presented a document received by the country from Interpol, saying it was a diffusion notice, not a red notice. She stressed that a diffusion notice only serves as an alert to member countries, but does not automatically mandate an arrest.
May obligasyon ba tayo sa Interpol? Diffusion pa lang to.
Obligado po. Obligado.
Bakit obligado? Anong mangyayari kung di tayo sumunod?
Katulad din po yan ng mga ibang red notices na hindi natin nakukuha, but obligado rin po tayo.
Ano nga mangyayari? Anong parusa? Papaluin ba tayo? Tatanggalin ba tayo sa Interpol? Iisnabi na tayo ng buong kapulisan ng buong mundo?
For the Philippine Center on Transnational Crime, the notice needed urgent action. But Marcos was unsatisfied, arguing that it was not enough to justify the arrest. On March 11, Duterte arrived in the Philippines from Hong Kong. Even before he could step off the plane, police officers met and escorted him to Villamor Air Base. In one video from the airbase, CIDG Chief Major General Nicolas Torre could be seen pulling Duterte's legal team away from the former president. Torre defended himself. He insists that force was necessary to ensure Duterte would board the plane to The Hague.
That's already the time that I'm forcing everyone to board the plane. I'm already forcing the former president to board the plane, ma'am. Tapos na yung napakarami ng optics sa kanilang ginawa dyan, ma'am. And
Interesting use po of force. You were forcing them.
Yes,
so you
ma'am.
admit you forced them. You used violence.
I have to because they won't go with us voluntarily, ma'am.
National Security Advisor Eduardo Año flatly denied any involvement. Reports surfaced that Año played a key role in the arrest, but he said he had no knowledge of any core group that allegedly planned the operation and learned of the Interpol notice only on the day it was executed. Año was a former member of Duterte's cabinet.
It is also very hard for me to see the former president arrested. The implementation of the ICC warrant is beyond my mandate, and I had no part in it.
But in an earlier interview on Billionario News Channel's On Point, DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla said the operation was a group effort, not just by him, but also by President Bongbong Marcos, Año, and others. Meanwhile, Justice Secretary Remulla invoked executive privilege for members of the cabinet.
Ma'am, we're already invoking executive privilege in this matter.
Yes.
We're invoking executive privilege in this
Yes,
matter.
that's fine, but it's in the interview and it's
Yes, ma'am.
public.
It goes as far as the interview, ma'am.
Vice President Sara Duterte attended the hearing and claimed she is numb to the entire situation. She added that if there was a traitor in the Duterte camp, it did not really matter, as the former president is already in The Hague.
Magalit man tayo, walang papupuntahan yung galit natin. Dahil hindi naman yan sila papanagutin ng pamahalaan ni. Nakikita nyo yung mga sagot nila, wala na sa ayos.
And I
While
believe
VP
they're
Sara
from,
thanked Senator Marcos for the investigation, she said they haven't talked about any possible endorsement in the May midterm elections.
Reasonable searches
Hannah
and
T,
seizures of whatever
Billionario
nature and for
News
whatever
Channel.
purpose shall be.
Another controversial EO signed by U.S. President Donald Trump. This one intends to essentially dismantle the education department. The EO will leave school policy almost entirely in the hands of states and local boards. It's the latest step by Trump to curb federal bureaucracy. And the International Olympic Committee elects its first female and African president in its 130-year history. Olympic gold medalist Christy Coventry will replace her mentor Thomas Bach, who has reached the maximum 12 years in office. The swimming great from Zimbabwe will formally lead the IOC starting in June. Thanks for watching. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay tuned. Billionaire News Channel is on Free TV Channel 31 and 24 on Cignal. Also check our website bnc.ph.